PI drop-offs. G'day, this is Derek, PI coordinator for the district. Very quick little video reminding you guys about how we've agreed to do PI drop-offs, and it does involve your group to some extent and also you to some extent. First thing, if we are going to drop stuff off, look like AA suggests we need to. We need to be courteous, polite, well-groomed. For many of your audience, their first impression of AA. Okay, so maybe a chemist or a doctor hasn't had anyone from AA come in before. It's good to make a good impression without standing out too much. Tradition 11 is really important when we go out and do any PI drop-off work. Our relations with the general public, says Tradition 11, should be characterised by personal anonymity. So yeah, make sure you only give your first name, or if you don't need to give your name, well, you do need to give your name, but it's not the most important thing, right? The most important thing is AA. We just offer our first name, no photos, social media posts. We know that in AA, a social media post is level of media. So we keep our anonymity. No faces, no surnames, super easy tradition to remember. Our names and pictures of AA members ought not be broadcast, publicity, printed, so forth. And then we talk about public relations should be guided by the principle of attraction rather than promotion. We don't push. We don't need to say we're awesome or to praise ourselves. Our job is to be a vessel for communicating factual information. And that factual information, for example, what AA is, what it isn't, what it does, what it doesn't do is contained in our literature. So we talk about AA and what it is. Sorry, what it does, what it doesn't do, what it is, what it isn't. Avoid sharing too much of your own story or sobriety details. It's not about you, it's about AA. It's always good to remember, friendly, courteous, respectful, but never pushy. It's the way we go about it. It's really lovely to reflect and meditate on the difference between attraction and promotion. I get super passionate about this stuff, but if you come out with me with a PI drop, you'll often see a more conservative version. Because that's what I think AA needs from me in that moment. So let's look at some strategies. Part one, you need to call first, especially important with COVID, but equally it's that be of service, consider the time of day. When are people not too busy to pick up the phone? Now, you're going to introduce yourself as an AA member. So I usually go, hi, I'm Derek and I'm a local member of Alcoholics Anonymous. At that point, I usually stop so they can actually process that, let them say something. Because if they are busy, they can go, too busy, see you later. And that's all about seeking to understand before being understood, bringing a little bit of St. Francis, sprinkling a little sort of step 11 St. Francis magic dust on that moment. It's really important to know where they're coming from, not where I'm coming from. I mean, if you want to go and look, I'm a local member of Alcoholics Anonymous. Do you have time to speak about us coming in and maybe dropping off some literature? You might want to add that. That's up to you. When it's right, continue by saying my group is currently dropping off info packs at local medical centres on AA, what it is, what it does. Would it be okay if we or I came in at a time of your choosing and dropped off an info pack? And I can't think of a simpler way to say it. Obviously, I'm not giving you dialogue, but it's about keeping it short and simple, and most importantly, a mono focus. That's what we're doing, and that's all we're doing, dropping off info packs. If they say no, my attitude is cross them off the list for a year. It's attraction, not promotion. Why would you hassle someone a second time within a reasonably short distance from the first time? If they're not interested, they're not interested. I had that happen on Friday. I rang a surgery, someone who does surgery, not a GP, and they said, we do surgery. We don't do general practice stuff. Please don't call us again. Cool, no worries. If they say yes, arrange a time to go in, loose or tight, as they wish it to be. We don't suggest a way to do it, I don't think. It's all about attraction, not promotion. We don't push. We just go, okay, well, how do you want to do this? What day, what time suits you? And that's a lovely way to represent AA and how we do things in general. We write down the name of the person we spoke to and their role. So when we do go in, I think it's really important. Names and roles are really important to the people we speak to, but it also means that we're getting to speak to the right person as quickly as possible. Then we actually go in and do a drop-off. Now, I always think, it's been suggested to me by older sober members throughout my time in AA, If you're new in recovery, if you haven't done a lot of this, take an older sober member with you from your group. It's why we involve groups. This is a district PI thing, so obviously groups need to be involved because they sit at the top of the structure, not individual members. So it's good to go, well, okay, this group's doing a PI drop-off. Who can help me go out who's maybe done it before? That kind of thing. And if not, we've got some older sober members on the PI committee who are already putting their hand up to assist. Turn up on time, be neatly dressed, polite and courteous. Ask for the person you spoke to by name and role. Re-establish contact. Ask if they'd like you to briefly take them through the pack or just leave it with them. That is totally up to them. I think what we decided was if they just go leave it the pack, we won't leave a card holder with them because they're so expensive. And the idea is, it's up to them. We don't drive it, they drive it. From there, it's up to you what happens. We're just getting you set up. And if it's okay, ask if you can touch base every 3 months or so if they need materials. Again, we're just suggesting that. If they say 6 months or 1 month, that is totally up to them. Might want to point out if they do take a card holder, there's a replenishment name and number there too. And that's it. Cheers.